everyone and welcome to this lesson. In this lesson, we'll continue to examine the setDate methods in JavaScript. We've talked earlier about the setMonth, the setDate, and the setYear, full year methods. And in this particular lesson, we talked about another three main important parts of setDate method in JavaScript. So we are going to be talking about the setHours method. The setHours method sets the hours of a date object between 0 to 23, representing the 24 hours that we have in a day. The setMinute method. The setMinute method sets the minutes of a date object between 0 to 59. And lastly, we're going to be talking about the setSeconds method. The setSeconds method sets the seconds of a date object between 0 to 59. So let me pull up my code editor as we begin to examine each of these methods one after the other. So I will close this and I'll start talking about the setHours method. Set the hours of a date object. So an example is going to be make a new date, and I want to pass in parameters for this. March 14, 2021. Pass the value. Don't forget that the setHours method sets the hour of the date object between value of 0 to 23. So I'll pass 19. And then I can check the output of this. Right now you can see Sunday, March 14, 2021. Now, what is the hour? You can see 19,000. So if I change this to 10, and I put 10 here, right here, so you can see 10. So I'm using the setHours method to set the hours of a date object. So this means that I am using this method to control the output of this particular date object that I'm working in. And as well, the setHours method can also be used to set minutes and seconds, which means that aside from the hour, I can as well pass in the minutes. So let me say 30 minutes, 15 seconds. And you can see right here that it's reflected immediately. That is because the setHours method can also be used to set minutes and seconds as well. So let's continue. And I can as well get the current date by taking these parameters out, and you can see that it still works. So let's move on and talk about the setMinute method. setMinute method sets the minutes of a date object between the values of 0 to 59. So let me just change this. Now take a look. This is my new date object, and now here is the setMinute method. I'm passing in 30 minutes, and right here you can see that it is 30 here because this is the part that corresponds to the minutes. And if I change it to 5 minutes, you definitely see this that it will be changed to 5 minutes, just as you can see right here in the output. I can as well optionally do this, passing in the parameter July 12, 2025. So this will still work and it will not change anything. So this is how you use the set method to set the minutes of a date object. Now, the setSeconds method is also another method that we are going to be talking about. So I will change this from setMinute to setSeconds. And here as well will be setSeconds. The setSeconds method sets the seconds of a date object. Now here is my date object, and here is my set seconds method. And right here, if you take a look at in the output, you will see that this seconds has been set. So if I change this to 50 seconds, then you should see 50 right here. So which means that the set seconds method can be used to, set the second of a date object. And you can as well take it out if you don't want optional. You can, if you don't want parameters or date string, you can take it out, and this as well will still work to match the current browser time that you have at the second. Lastly, I quickly want to talk about how you can compare dates in JavaScript. You can also compare dates in JavaScript, and let's take a look at an example comparing dates in JavaScript. So let's make an empty an empty string, sorry, a variable with an empty string. Then today, new date. And then let's make maybe some day to represent the day we want to compare with. So now if you come down and do some day, which is the day we want to compare with, your set full year 2014 3/15. Then I can use if statement to compare this. If some day is greater than today, then text equals to plus equals brother. Today is before what I have here, because 3 correspond to April that I have here. S text plus equals today is after April 15, 2024. So now let me output this right here, and let's check the output. Today is after April 15, 2024, and that's because we are in year 2026, which means that today is after April 15, 2014. So if I change this to 2027, it will tell me it's before. Today is before April 15 because we are not yet in 2027. As you can see right here, we are not yet in 2027. So this is how you can compare it. You see, this is a variable with an empty string there. Make a new date for today, and then some date to represent the date I want to compare with. Then I set a default value to use to compare the date, and then I use an if statement to see if the date I set is greater than today, and then these are just the normal string for if else statement, and then I output it. And right here you can see the output. So we've talked about how you can set hours, how you can set minutes and seconds, and how you can compare it. In the next lesson, we'll continue to take a look at other aspects of set date methods in JavaScript. Thank you. I'll see you.